Story 1. The Man with the Gray Beard. Hey there, friends. Sit tight because I've got quite a story to share with you. I was just thinking about this terrifying incident that happened to me when I was younger, and honestly, it gives me chills to this day. So here goes. One evening, I found myself alone at home. My folks and my little bro were out at his baseball game. Now, I'm not much of a sports enthusiast, so I figured why not chill at home? Play some video games, binge watch my favorite shows, the usual teenager stuff. So there I was enjoying my solitude when suddenly, I heard this faint knock on the front door. The weird part? We have a doorbell. So I thought maybe it's just someone who got the wrong address. But then, almost immediately after, there's another knock, but this time on the back door. My instincts were already buzzing with unease. I slowly made my way downstairs, thinking maybe it's just some kids playing a prank or something. When I reached the back door, my heart nearly stopped. There was an older man wearing a flannel shirt and sporting a gray beard just standing there staring right at me. He had this weird look in his eyes. Not exactly menacing, but not kind either. "Hey kid, open up," he shouted, trying to sound friendly. But trust me, there was nothing friendly about this situation. Now, I may have been young, but I wasn't naive. There was no way I was letting him in. But as I turned to walk away, he shouted, "I know you're alone in there." Suddenly, I heard these loud bangs. This guy was actually trying to break down the door. Panic took over, and I rushed upstairs, locking myself in my dad's office. Grabbing the phone, I dialed 911, my voice trembling with fear as I explained the situation to the operator. It felt like ages before the police arrived. But thankfully, by the time they did, the man had disappeared. My parents were, of course, horrified when they got home. They were relieved that I was safe, but the thought of what could have happened, it was just too much. Now here's where things get even crazier. The next day, driven by this nagging feeling that something was off, I decided to do some digging about this guy. I discovered that he had a criminal record, and guess what? My mom had witnessed one of his crimes. This guy had recognized her and was possibly seeking revenge. You can imagine how we all felt after realizing this. We took extra precautions after that, installing security systems, always being vigilant. The incident changed me profoundly. I learned the importance of always trusting my instincts and being cautious. But sometimes the most terrifying moments in our lives teach us the most valuable lessons. Looking back, I'm grateful for the experience as it's made me stronger and more aware. And hey, it's a story I'll never forget. There you have it, guys. That's my spooky tale of the man with the gray beard. Always remember to trust your gut and stay safe. Story 2. The Haunting Night Alone. All right, folks, gather around. If you thought my last story was creepy, wait till you hear this one. This tale is straight out of one of those old school horror movies. But here's the catch. It happened to me. Yep, you heard that right. So grab your blankets and let me take you on a spine-tingling journey from my childhood. So picture this. I was about 10 years old, feeling all grown up because my parents had decided to go out of town. And for the first time ever, leave me home alone. I had done my best puppy dog eyes and pleaded with them, promising I'd be the most responsible kid on the block. And to my surprise, they agreed. The evening started off pretty chill. I was lounging on the couch, binge-watching my favorite shows and munching on some popcorn. But as the hours ticked by, the weather outside started to get, well, cinematic. Thunder rumbled, lightning flashed, and rain pelted against the windows. It was like Mother Nature had decided to set the mood for my very own horror movie. As if on cue during one of those pesky commercial breaks, I started hearing these weird noises. Not like the usual house creaks, but strange, almost like whispers. Every time the room went silent, it felt like someone was muttering just out of earshot. My imagination went wild, and I tried to convince myself it was just the storm playing tricks on me. But deep down, I had this gut feeling that I wasn't alone. I decided to call it a night early, hoping to escape the eeriness by diving under my cozy blankets. But as soon as my head hit the pillow, things went from spooky to downright terrifying. The soft glow from my nightlight revealed the door handle turning, ever so slowly. I held my breath, my eyes glued to the door as it creaked open inch by inch. Frozen in fear, I listened intently, straining to hear any hint of who or what might be lurking outside my room. And then I heard it, the unmistakable sound of footsteps, slow, deliberate, and getting closer. Just when I thought I'd pass out from sheer terror, I mustered every ounce of courage and sat up, shouting, "Who's there?" But there was only silence, followed by the loud bang of the door shutting abruptly. Morning couldn't come fast enough, and when it did, I spilled everything to my parents. They chuckled and brushed it off, saying it was probably just a dream or the house settling. But I knew what I'd seen and heard. From that night on, the house never felt the same. I'd hear random noises or catch fleeting shadows from the corner of my eye. Was it my overactive imagination? Or was there really something there? I guess I'll never know. So my friends, the next time you are home alone on a stormy night, maybe keep an extra light on, just in case. Stay safe and always trust your instincts. Story 3, The Dangerous Friends. Hey everyone. If you've been following my stories, you know I've had some wild experiences. But this next one? Woo, it's about friendship, trust, and the danger that sometimes lurks where you least expect it. Grab a seat and let me dive into this roller coaster of a tale. Growing up, I lived in this cookie-cutter suburban neighborhood. Picture rows of identical houses, each one boasting pristine lawns and those quintessential white picket fences. Sounds dreamy, right? But here's the thing, every neighborhood has its secrets, and mine? Well, it had Joey. Joey was my best bud. He lived just a few houses down and was a year older than me. Now, Joey had this mischievous streak that always got us into some sort of trouble, but that's what made our adventures so thrilling. He was like the charismatic ringleader, and I was his ever-loyal sidekick. One evening I was home alone, yep again, just chilling in the living room. There was a knock at the door, and who should be there but Joey, with a cheeky grin on his face. But he wasn't alone. Beside him stood 2 older guys, Dave and Colin. They had this tough, almost intimidating aura. You know the kind, like they've seen things and done things? Being the friendly kid I was, I invited them in. Almost immediately, the vibe in the room changed. While Joey was his usual playful self, Dave and Colin seemed off. They lounged on the couch, helping themselves to snacks, and exchanged hushed whispers, shooting glances my way. As the minutes ticked by, their whispers turned into heated arguments. Then, without warning, Dave pulled out a knife. My heart raced as I watched the 2 of them tussle, the glint of the blade catching the light. I felt paralyzed, unable to process the chaos unfolding before me. Just when I thought this was the end, Joey stepped in like a hero. He wrestled the knife away from Dave and, with my help, managed to kick both of them out. The night's events left me shaken to the core. It was a stark reminder that sometimes danger isn't lurking in the shadows. It's standing right beside you, disguised as a friend. After that night, I became more cautious about the company I kept. Joey and I drifted apart, and while a part of me missed our wild adventures, I knew I had to prioritize my safety. It's funny how life has a way of teaching us lessons when we least expect it. So here's my advice to all of you. Always trust your gut, be wary of the company you keep, and remember that not all friendships are worth the risk. Stay safe out there and cherish the true friends you find along the way. Catch you in the next story time. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more thrilling tales. Stay curious, stay adventurous, but most importantly, stay safe. Catch you in the next one.